Good morning. My name is Journey Walker, and I am an honor roll third grade student at Ketcham Elementary School. I'm 9 years old, and I'm really excited to be here today. Right next to our school is the brand new Anacostia Recreation Center at Ketcham, and it means so much to us students. Now we have a gym where we can play sports, stay active, and have fun together. We also have an amazing new playground where we can laugh, learn, and make great memories with our friends. This space gives kids like me a safe place to grow stronger, dream bigger, and be our best every day. Thank you to everyone who helped make this happen for our school and our community. And now it is my honor to introduce the mayor of Washington, D.C., Mayor Muriel Bowser. I have a gift for you. It's a shirt.
Yes.
There you go.
I got you.
Thank you. Everybody give Journey a big round of applause. And I want to thank her. Aw. I am the mayor of the most creative city, and my work helps support youth entrepreneurs like Pink Art. Thank you, Pink Art. So good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Ward 8. I am so happy to be here. When I walked in the building, I just was blown away by the light, by the space, and by the opportunities that I see unfolding here right at this beautiful recreation center. I was told that Journey is an accomplished poet athlete. So we are always excited when our students are really fulfilling their academic, athletic, artistic dreams, and they're doing it right here at Ketcham Elementary. Let's hear it for Ketcham Elementary. So I think Journey and I had a little chat a few years back when we were breaking the ground on this recreation center, and we're going to hear a lot more about this $16 million investment right in the heart of Anacostia. I want to acknowledge your Councilmember Trayon White. Please give Councilmember White a big round of applause. Councilmember White and I have worked over a number of years to make sure that Ward 8 Recreation is funded, that Ward 8 children of all ages are getting their fair share of recreation space, and we have a lot to be proud of about our recreation in D.C. We have the #1 parks and recreation system in the nation. I know you better give a bigger hand to DPR. So I want to thank the men and women of the Department of Parks and Recreation, led by Director Thenie Freeman, who just has an incredible amount of energy and talent and vision when it comes to how we program our space and get young people involved. I also want to recognize Delano Hunter, who's in the front row. Thank you, Delano. Delano leads our Department of General Services, which is the real estate and construction arm of DC government. And he'll tell you about all the things we have planned for Ward 8 and this center in particular. I want to thank all of our ANC commissioners. Give the ANC here a big round of applause. I want to acknowledge Principal Tiffany White at Ketcham. Thank you, Principal. Principal White has vision because sometimes schools don't want to partner with DPR. because they want to keep it all in the schools. But we broke down those barriers here at Ketcham, right? Because we know that DPR and DCPS, they're sisters or cousins or whatever you want to call it. And they both belong to the DC taxpayers. So we want to make the most of this space, and we can make the most of this space by having DPR and DCPS work together. So thank you, Principal, for your vision. And we are also joined by the family of BJ Hodges. Where's BJ's family? Thank you for being here. We are going to have the great opportunity to honor BJ's life while we celebrate today. So just last week, we were breaking ground on the Douglas Community Center. It is another fantastic space that will be bringing new life in Ward 8. We will open the Fort Greble Recreation Center, the Farabee Hope Boxing Annex, and the Southeast Tennis and Learning Expansion. So we've invested over $100 million in Ward 8 recreation centers in the past decade. That is part of a $600 million investment in rec across our city. So we know that we have it, and Delano was going to talk more about the construction, all the partners that have been involved, but I am just really happy that we have this opportunity with this recreation center. We also opened a child development center at Ketcham some years back, and so now Ketcham serves young people right from the cradle all the way to 5th grade. So we are just very, very pleased with that. So with that, I'm going to stop talking for a minute so that you can hear about all the specific things that we're able to do here and get a tour of this amazing building. So you're going to hear from your council member, Delano Hunter, and Thenie Freeman. I do want to acknowledge before I turn to them the superintendent for OSSE, our Office of the State Superintendent for Education, Dr. Antoinette Mitchell. Thank you for being here, Dr. Mitchell. So with that, council member, followed by Delano, followed by Thenie.
I know, he said, pull the mic down. I thought the stool was for me. I said, hold up. Hold up. We ain't doing that. But God is good, man. This has been a very emotional day for me because it's been a long time coming for this community. A long time coming for this community. I remember years back, probably 2016, 2017, some of the brothers and I started walking through the community. Brother Frank, where Presto at? Presto, you can come on up. Sonny, it was a group of us, man. And it was a string of violence that was happening every other day in this community. And we were just trying to figure out what to do. And some of the young guys who, not even here with us anymore, decided that we need to get a community center, a recreation center, somewhere we can go and be safe and be kids in our own community. And that conversation started long ago. I believe in a verse that says, there's no vision, the people perish. And this is a result of that vision today. And what I learned from the late Muriel Bowser is that you got to have big vision. You can't be afraid to do for the people. And so I went into the council talking about all these things that we wanted to do. But one of the things I knew is that we wanted to get this rec done. And today, this rec is done. But this wasn't a Trayon White effort or a Muriel Bowser effort or an elected official effort. This was a people's effort. And I remember Presto sent me a picture today when we was at Bus Boys and Poets. It was me, Presto, and BJ. We were strategizing and talking how to get people down to the council because we knew we had to get this money for Anacostia community. Because they say, you do everything for there, you do everything over there, but what about us? Even the brothers in the back talking about how this used to be their football field. And we made it happen. I do want to share a few comments, and I'm gonna get out your way. What you may or may not know is that we lost a lot of people to get here today. We started that conversation years ago. I remember when Agualo, was here, and we lost him. And it's a list of names, and I'll be remiss if I go through all the names, but just know that when we don't provide safe, equitable spaces that people can go and learn, get mentorship and fellowship, and get to know each other, then there's a whole nother world out there. I buried my cousin from this community, and now his son is also back in this community, trying to figure out his life. And there are many other people like my cousin, like our family, who have been victims of gun violence, trying to find their way in this community. But this center is going to save a life. This center is going to save a life because people like you are doing the work. I'm going to acknowledge a few organizations that's in the community doing the work. I want to acknowledge Boogie and Jason. If you're in here, raise your hand, doing the work. Presto and BDR, Project Purpose, doing the work. I know we have Sonny, we got J&J doing the work. And where's you can clap to that. Come on, y'all. We watching the football, we be clapping to that. Because it's not easy being in this community, in the trenches, in the byways, father factors in the community, doing the work, father factors, all the same father factors, here the streets, raise your hand. Doing the work, man. It's not easy working with this population, this generation, with the resources are just not given to the right places and spaces, man. I'm going to just say what it is. We got more money than we ever had in D.C. history, right here, right now. We're struggling to make ends meet to survive for the organizations that's out here in the trenches doing the work. I want to thank you, Principal White, Dr. Mack from Kramer. Raise your hand, Dr. Mack. Give it up for Dr. Mack, man, from Kramer Middle School. Where's Crystal McNeil? Crystal? She had to go? But Crystal is one of our violence interrupters. And what you may or may not know is that a few years ago, she was tasked to do an event of Cedar Hill. And during that event, she lost her son, Davon. At that time, Davon was, 10, 11 years old. And since then, the Davon McNeil Foundation has been in the schools, been in the trenches, doing work in this community, man. Let's give it up for Crystal, man, because she took her pain and turned it into passion. And that's not easy. Mama Tamimi, Miss Tempe, raise your hand, Mother Tempe, and her crew. And in closing, in the cuts, in the hallways, there are some black boys and girls trying to find their way. And we're looking for frontline soldiers to intervene and bring them into the center. So what typically happens, we build a nice facility like this, and those who've been in the community struggling that wish we had something like this don't get an opportunity to enjoy it. And I know that our director, Thingy Freeman, is going to make sure we enjoy this rec as a community. Because what happens is sometimes people from outside of the community permit the spaces. And the young people come and knock on the door and they can't get in. This is a community rec. And we want to ensure that as long as we're here, that our kids, our elders, our pets, our families are able to enjoy the fruits of our labor in this rec. Where there's no vision that people perish. And today we honor that dream of BJ. Because he was at that meeting fighting. But he also was a victim of gun violence right here in this community. And so I want to thank you, Mayor Bowser, because you kept your commitment. And we still got work to do. Douglas Rec, and we're working on that. There's no way that we're building a $25 million facility in Ward 8 that don't have a gym. That sends a signal that you want to keep black kids out of that facility, man. I'm just going to say what it is, and we got to fix that. 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 You got to clap that. We got to fix that. Because what we know is when they're outside, they under so many influences. And I know Greg is going to be here, correct? Is Greg being in this community? Yeah. Greg was in my rec down P.R. Hurst, Ms. Temple, when you was teaching down there. And it's about making sure our community know that this is our community. That's what I wanted to say here today. And these young people up here today, they working in the trenches, some in the back as well. We want to make sure we honor them with this facility, man. Let's not forget about them. Because we want to make sure our young people, what's her name? Like Journey, is able to come and not just play here, but be able to work here one day. Because I started working in DPR when I was 18 years old. So I'll close with this. As we leave here today, We want to honor the men and women that's been in this community trying to find a way. And we want to say no more deaths in this community. Can we say no more deaths? Can we say no more deaths? And we want this community recreation center to embody that feeling. That we all, as we make ourselves better, we unconsciously making our families better, unconsciously making our community better. Because we all are with sin, right? And we're committed to that. And I do want to thank Director Freeman. I want to thank you, Delano, because you was the, Director of DPR, and all those who played a part in this. But I want to say this is about community. Amen? Thank you, and God bless.
Appreciate it, sir.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Delano Hunter, and I'm proud to serve as the director of the D.C. Department of General Services. And for the last 8 years, I've had the pleasure, thanks to Mayor Bowser, of leading both DPR and DGS. And for me, this is very gratifying because this was just a twinkle in our eye maybe about 7 to 8 years ago. And it's because of all of the folks in this room, the advocates, the ANCs, the community, education partners, the principal, local residents. I see so many organizations and entities here. Because of your collective efforts, we are now cutting the ribbon on this beautiful facility. So kudos to you all. It's my job, while I stand at this podium, it's my job really to thank everyone that helped play a role. Some of the unsung heroes, and we've heard and we've recognized some, but I want to recognize a few others. First and foremost, I have to give credit to Mayor Bowser for her commitment. When I was appointed to DGS 3 years ago, I remember we met at a diner, and I asked the mayor, what is the mandate? What would you like me to focus on? And she had several, but first and foremost, it was about delivering capital projects and building schools and recreation centers here in Ward 8. That was her #1 challenge, and today represents a promise made and a promise kept. And it doesn't just stop here. You've heard from the mayor. We were just at Douglas last week. We'll be at Fort Grubble in a few months, the Southeast Tennis and Learning Center, the Fairview Hope Boxing Annex. We'll be at the Congress Heights Recreation Center, which is well on its way. Those investments, there are more recreation centers being built in Ward 8 than the rest of the city combined, and that's worth celebrating. And then don't go too far, because we'll be breaking ground on a new Ketcham Elementary School. All right, so that represents over $100 million, nearly $100 million of investment, and I'm just so proud to be entrusted by the mayor and be a part of an agency that is delivering. I want to thank my partners at DPR, my partner in recreation, Director Freeman, again, Brent and Peter, and everyone from the Capitol team for the work that they do. I want to thank my colleagues. Please raise your hand to be recognized. Osei Headley, he leads Capitol Construction, Margaret Thacker, Sean Gargangio, Taylor Jones, and so many others, John Stokes, and also the hardworking men and women that helped to design and construct this facility. If you're from DLR Group, please raise your hand, our wonderful architects, and if you're from Caramonte, raise your hand. This is a beautiful recreation center, a $16 million investment. We still have work to do on the exterior that we'll complete in time for spring. And I'm so pleased of all the amenities that we have, and Director Freeman will tell you about this. I'm proud of this gym, Councilmember White. But that's not just it. This building was completed with resiliency in mind. In fact, through a FEMA grant, we have an actual generator donated or in partnership with the federal government, that in the event that there was a power loss in this community, you can come to this community and the generator will power this community for 72 hours. This facility was built with sustainability in mind. We will achieve the LEED Silver standard, which underscores our commitment to designing with efficiency in mind. And also the mayor, 3 years ago when she challenged me, she said, hey, it's not just about delivering Ward 8. It's not just important the work you do, but it's who you do it with, because she's committed to growing small businesses and CBEs. And this is an example of that commitment, because Caramonte, based in Ward 8, is a CBE. DLR Group is a CBE, and in fact, in total, over $8.5 million of this budget was spent with CBEs. It employed over 131 district residents, including 68 new hires. So that's what it's all about. So with that being said, I'm just so pleased to be a part of this momentous occasion today. And with that, I want to welcome to the stage DPR Director Thenie Freeman. Let's give her a hand.
Good morning to the great Ward 8. Oh, that was dry, ashy, like the edges. You know what I'm saying? Come on, good morning to the great Ward 8. I'm going to ask that DPR staff come stand behind me with their I Love My DPR sweatshirts on. So first and foremost, I want to thank Mayor Muriel Bowser. As Delano, you were saying, one of the first things that the mayor, come on y'all, one of the first things that the mayor said to you, she met with you at a diner. Well, when I first came to DPR, we were on a walk in Anacostia, and BJ approached us talking about this wreck. And Mayor Bowser said, you need to meet with him. And we did. And so when you say promises made and promises kept, her words are true. And oftentimes, you know, when you talk about big city, big vision, the mayor can have a vision to have things, but it is her expectation that her leadership executes. And this is a product for this. So I have to give you your flowers, Mayor Bowser. Thank you for your bold leadership and vision. Thank you, Councilmember White, for your endless meetings and advocacy and always champion the people. There was something that you said that I wrote down, and you said, this will embody that feeling, right? And so the I Love My DPR, it started because people approach me all the time, and they have and a whole bunch of bops and the bips and the bams and a whole bunch of stuff. But what I really hear is I love my DPR. I love my pools. I love my recs. I love my playgrounds. I love my community centers. And when we serve with the heart of the people, we can expect all of that. I see you, Kevin Clark, who grew up in this community, retired DPR, grew up in this community, and holds us accountable still because what? I love my DPR. Can y'all say that with me? Yes, I want to thank you, Dr. Mitchell, for coming. Journey. So you have your own business, and I think that one day Principal and White and I are going to get together, and we're going to figure out how we do a pop-up here with all the business owners, with all the creators, the rec creators. You know, that's a real term, a recreation, right? Because that means you create something new, which is what we've done today. So we're going to talk to how we can make sure you have a pop-up Saturday so y'all can come support Journey and her business right here in her community. Why? Because I love, come on, Ward 8, I love. Okay, now let me tell y'all why else y'all gonna love it. Hold on, let me name these amenities, and when I say them, y'all say I love my DPR. You ready? There's a new gymnasium. There's a multi-purpose room, a classroom and a tech lounge, a kitchen, a fitness center, and soon to be an outdoor playground for 2 to 5 and 5 to 12, a multi-purpose field, a walking path, covered seating, and a promenade that connects 14th and 15th Street. I want to thank the staff here at DPR for their vision, roving leaders. Mayor Bowser, we are so happy to see you rocking your roving leaders attire. We are prevention. We will program the love in this space, and you have our commitment to that, Councilmember White. Thank you to our partners. Director Hunter, thank you. We get to build joy, literally, figuratively. We build joy, Evans 4-7. But we get to build joy and hope. And with that, Mayor Bowser, I think you and I have something special to do.